Everything's good? Okay. I think people are going to start rolling in. I'm not going to be looking at the Laura Lutalow. Thank you so much for the follow. Any additional followers, I'm not going to acknowledge you right away. I want to say some stuff. I'm not going to be looking at chat while I say this because I've got a lot to say before we get through to Qualifier A. So, hey everybody, welcome to Fresh Faces 2. After so much work, we finally made it. In my plans, I would have had everyone watch a documentary I'd been working on about the ongoing war in Ukraine and the civilians we are trying to help by raising money for humanitarian aid. The rolling storms in the US required me to focus a lot of my attention on my TO responsibilities, and I did not get the documentary to a point where I'm comfortable sharing it. I will share it either on the chopping block or the start of the top 32, but I want to make sure that the stories I have been entrusted to tell are told correctly and are not rushed for the sake of being done. That all being said, I did conduct 2 very informative interviews for this cause. Evan Johnson is the lead of the fundraising team at Project Hope, and by proxy works with all the streamers trying to raise money for Project Hope. That includes us. Evan told us a lot about how even a single dollar can provide meaningful humanitarian aid, even if a dollar might not feel impactful. Dr. Roman Sharameda is the founding rector of American University Kyiv and chairman of the Ukrainian American House. He recounts his time in Ukraine, discussing his personal losses, his hope for what you'll remember about the cause, and telling stories of incredible resilience through tragedy. Both 20-minute interviews can be found unfiltered with the commands Evan and Roman. So if you just do exclamation point Evan, like the English name Evan, and exclamation point Roman, you can see those interviews, and they are 2 of the coolest conversations I've ever got to have for a production event. For now, though, I hope you'll hear me out, even if I haven't been the most impacted by the Russo-Ukrainian war. For those of you that are newer, hi, I'm Roromaniac, but you can call me Roro, or you can call me Roman. My name stems from my Russian descent, though it was through the Soviet Union as my parents were growing up. My parents managed to immigrate to the United States right before I was born in hopes of a better life for themselves and their future children. As a result, I had one of the most privileged upbringings I could ever ask for. Had they stayed in Russia like many of their classmates, I, like many others, would have been an able-bodied male sent to war and likely to my death over a former glory I never understood nor experienced. I consider myself very lucky and want to help those that might not be as lucky. The Ukrainian civilian death toll, content warning, sorry, I forgot to mention that, but I'm not going to censor anything. Like, now's your chance to come back in 10 minutes if you want. The Ukrainian civilian death toll has unfortunately climbed since we did the first event together. The death toll of innocent civilians is now over 10,000, with likely over 500 of them being children. Hundreds of thousands of soldiers have also perished, leaving many families with lost loved ones. Our aim with raising funds with Project Hope is to provide as much medical and mental care for those who are in Ukraine living through the ongoing war, while also providing assistance to Ukrainian refugees who managed to flee, but at the cost of leaving everything behind in the process. Believe it when I say that any contribution to these efforts is helpful and does not escalate any of the violence that's going on. This means a lot to me personally, and I thank all of you for being okay with this fusion of fresh faces and the Ukrainian cause. For anyone who is new, this is actually my 5th event that is raising money for Project Hope. You, the wonderful KH2 Rando community, across the 4 events prior have raised over $10,000 for Ukrainian humanitarian aid. The first event was just a donation bar slapped to a normal stream of mine when I was streaming to absolutely nobody. The second event was a mini events in KH2 Rando series that involved many friend groups of mine. The third event was JSmart Cheats, my first attempt at a KH2 Rando tournament. Let's just say I've come a long way since then, because that tourney was questionable at best. But the fourth event is where we really got some serious traction. The fourth event was titled Fresh Faces. It was an event that celebrated all of the newer people interested in the randomizer who wanted to get more involved in the community but didn't want to compete against the best of the best who played more regularly. For all intents and purposes, I consider that event to be a massive success. However, I realized recently that actually Fresh Faces was a name too catchy for me to come up by myself out of nowhere, and as it turns out, I stole that name from another TO who ran a tournament called Fresh Faces, for those who had never won a tournament before. So, my bad. Even then, I do think that my adoption of the name is fitting because it's an evolution of the vision that the OG Fresh Faces had, to cater to people who may not have as much experience. Fuse that desire with the desires of production value, making Rando accessible to non-English speakers, and raising money for Ukraine, and you arrive at today. Fresh Faces 2. Last year, I said that it would be unfair to call Fresh Faces my production. That sentiment remains true, and it's amplified. It took a village to make this event work, and I'm also certain we will have some hiccups throughout our time together, but I'd like to take the appropriate time to thank the big names that helped us arrive here. I managed to make it through last time without crying. I make no promises this time. For starters, I have 8 wonderful TOs working behind the scenes, monitoring qualifiers, doing outreach, creating spreadsheets, making rulings, and providing me with emotional support alongside probably 20 other responsibilities I didn't list here. They did it all because they were my friends and never told me I gave them too much work. The only phrases I ever got out of them is, "Where can I help?" and "Done, what's next?" Those TOs are in no particular order: Wall PSH, KLDR, Littler Des, Warehouse Jesus, Mega Slim, Ultima JC, Dark, and Khaled. We also made a massive push to make the KH2 Rando accessible to people who don't speak English. It's something I wanted to do for the first event, but didn't have the confidence to see that vision through. This time, I took the risk, and thanks to Fiesel at Speed Gaming, So and Cesar Martin at Randomizer Brazil, Capitan Bublo and Chembi Goku at Speedruns Espanol, we will have restreams in French, German, Portuguese, and Spanish, in addition to the English restream that we have here on Roromaniac's channel. Why did I refer to myself to the third person? Don't ask questions. The restreaming teams for the other languages actually tripled since I started writing this, so to any international restreamers who are helping, thank you so much for taking a chance on me. It is my deepest hope that we built something special together and that you don't regret it. Thanks also go out to all the translators and commentators that made the randomizer accessible to everyone who was watching the content. There's so many of you that we would be here all day if I thanked you all, but you know who you are. Thank you. While these people did not directly contribute to... Oh, wait, I'm jumping ahead in the script. Sorry. This time around, the production value improved because of the promotion team that helped with the video edits and consults. Among these people are AA Dewey, Corey SG9, Nobody Daxian, Ryu Rush, and Codename Geek. I suck at all things production, so you helped elevate this to be everything I ever wanted Fresh Faces to look like. The first event was great. Everything that I'm looking at with Fresh Faces 2, you helped build that vision. So thank you. While these people did not directly contribute to Fresh Faces 2, I think it's very important we thank the people who make the randomizer more accessible and user-friendly. Events like this are built on the backs of the developers that donate their time to provide us with the shared interest we call the KH2 randomizer. The list is very long, but to highlight some big names, I'd like to thank Zach the Robot and Equations 19 for their incredible work with the KH2 randomizer generator. Anytime you load a seed and recognize how convenient it is, you can thank them for that. Alios for his incredible job in the help channel. Very likely the reason so many people even got to try the randomizer in the first place is because of his friendly demeanor and patience to debug anyone's installations. It's gotten to the point where I personally associate the help channel and its success with Alios himself. I tell people that Alios is the best customer service you'll ever get in your life. DA for the beautiful tracker we use. Auto tracking is a quality of life that we frequently take for granted, and despite it being operational for so long, he constantly tries to make it better for future events. He's a self-taught wizard, and it shows in the tracker. Sonic Shadow Silver 2 is the reason anyone has developed anything for the KH2 randomizer, since Sonic is the creator of this randomizer. Sonic, thank you so much for providing us with a source of entertainment all of these years. We owe it all to you that any of it exists. And lastly, we can't forget the Peepo Knife Carrier himself, codename Geek. Geek is everywhere, in help, in tournaments, in chats, in tracker development, and probably places I don't know Geek is involved in. The layout you're actually about to see that we used for Fresh Faces 2 is entirely his. And not only that, he also makes similar layouts for King of the Crown 2 and the 1 Hour Challenge. Geek, I know we trade quips back and forth in chats, and it's... for someone who might not know who you are, just know you're an incredibly valuable member of our community, and I'm grateful for everything you've done for me. And I'm sure that... fuck, I gotta get through this. I'm sure that others will chime in with the exact same sentiment. Lastly, this tournament is currently sitting at 109 RSVPs for Fresh Faces 2. Let me repeat, it's over 100 people interested in getting started or more involved in the KH2 randomizer community. My goal was 100, and I thought I knew full well it wasn't going to happen. They say success is achieved in ignorance of the odds, and despite me following that advice, I'm both shocked and honored we hit the incredible milestone of over 100 people interested. I mean it when I say that each and every one of you who signed up provided an additional reason for everyone in our community to get excited for this event, especially me. Whether you showed up just to meme, to make me donate an additional $15 to charity, or because you're gunning for the fresh face of Rando title, thank you. So far, I have referred to all of you as fresh faces. I'm glad to put the names to the faces with this incredible rolling out of the red carpet for you. I'll see you all in a bit. Slava Ukraini. It actually turned out beyond my wildest dreams. I definitely want to bring it back, but before we do that,
Color dome skip.
let's just clap our way through a dome skip for Puffin. And there you have it. GG's. I give you your fresh face of Rando. LOL Puffin. No upset to be had for our winner, but man, to get through so many rounds and so many talented players, what a ride he's been on. everybody of the structure, the top 3 finishers automatically advance into the top 32, while the top 50%, so in this case, the top 13 finishers, with the exception of the first 3, will get a ticket into the chopping block. So 13th place or above is what every racer is striving for. Very, very exciting lineup we've got here. We've got a nice mix of people that you've probably heard of before and those who are playing, I think, their first seed ever. So very nice diversity that we've got going on here. I want to introduce today's commentators. I just realized I didn't update the source for the commentary. So, you know, it wouldn't be a Ruro stream without some tech difficulties, but I would like to introduce you to them. Let me pull them up real quick here. So joining me on the mic today for Qualifier A is SPT Spoon. Inactive for a while, but actually played KH2 Rando very early on. Basically going up through 2021, knew all the pains of the early KH2 Rando installation, and actually placed top 8 in the 2021 Spring League. And additionally, I've got Ryu Rush. If you liked that player trailer, hopefully you'll like his commentary too, because he is joining us for Qualifier A. You can let him know how much you enjoyed that trailer. So I'll let them come on right now. Ryu, SPT Spoon, you are live.
Hello.
I realize I never gave you the full screen preview either.
Nope.
Tech difficulties. Bear with me. Let's put that there. Commentators, can you see very well?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
That's good.
Perfect. So, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to dissect this tracker, look at the names, and take it away.
Well, we have a 10 in Twilight Town, which ought to be interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Twilight Town's looking super juiced. I personally love Twilight Town. It's not my first check usually, but going near the end of the shotgun and picking up a lot of checks, great place to level in Twilight Town 3, so that's looking pretty good for me.
I'm eyeballing that too for STT, and I'm hoping that it's always going to be the last chest for a proof.
Yeah. Agrabah looking pretty good as well, but otherwise a relatively balanced seed. So we should see most places checked out at least a little bit. So should be fun.
The zero on
space
levels.
Paranoids.
Yeah, we same brain cell.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem like they'll need to level anything other than forms, it looks like.
If there's anything that I've learned from the first event, it's the big numbers can be very misleading. They can sometimes have many proofs, but they can sometimes have absolutely nothing. So I'm very excited to see how quickly we'll know where Twilight Town ends.
Yeah, indeed. As you said, big numbers can be completely misleading, and it's not likely, but entirely possible that 2 STT has 2 proofs. Again, not very likely, but possible.
Oh, are there ads on this music? Oh, God, I'll have to... You know what? Maybe I'll just use the Project Hope music playlist again. You know what? It's fitting. It's fitting. How are the audio levels, by the way, everybody? I'll have to change the music for Spotify to be a bit quieter. Okay, perfect. Commentary is good. Cool. So we should be on our way. I don't know why we haven't force started yet. Okay, looks like everybody's ready. Why, or have I been pinged?
Force start is happening in a minute.
Cool. All right, it looks like we are on our way.
Yeah.
So our first batch of racers are here. I've got all the links pre-saved. Unfortunately, we might not be able to have the country codes for some people joining because we had a lot of last-minute entries. So if you see the rando flag, that just means that they either didn't sign up or didn't want their nationality displayed, so we just made a rando flag for them.
Yeah, we were debating putting a pirate flag or the Yozora Keyblade Hunter as a flag. We ended up just going with the Fresh Face 2. Or the Rando.
So Spoon, I have a question for you. So you mentioned that you're a little bit like of an older face in our community.
Old guard, yeah.
What was the starting strategy when you were active? Like, was it still the Pride Lands RC manip and all that?
Pride Lands came in a little bit later, I think. Actually, Disney Castle, Agrabah, I would say were pretty popular first checks early on. I think, yeah, it really varied early on because people just hadn't figured out the optimal way. And the reason, by the way, that Pride Lands became popular early on, is because it was before we could give starting abilities and things like that, so you didn't start with any movement, and they had just implemented Fast Lion Dash, and movement is not impaired in Pride Lands, and there's a ton of checks there, so that was kind of the reason that Pride Lands became so popular early on.
Makes sense. I think you've seen that on beginner at the very least. The starting strat has very much diversified. You can see Brink is going straight into the big number Twilight Town. 2 people are going into BC for the death abuse. So what that means, by the way, with the death abuse is that some fights in Kingdom Hearts 2 you don't actually have to beat, and you can die to them. On crit, it's very easy to die because you take a lot of damage, but on beginner, it's not as easy. So people opt to go to BC because it's just shadows in that first fight. So they try to die to the shadows while they don't have a lot of defense or health. That's why you're seeing that. And oh my god, Promise Charm in the West Hall.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Okay.
The go mode fears are starting to mount inside me.
Well, if they did the usual shotgun routes, they won't get to that one till later, at least. But at least we know where one of them is.
Yeah, it's only 1 of 4. When we get 2 or 3 early, that's when the real worries come for me. It's like, what? Uh-oh. And BC, all these checks are early. We got the shotgun, and we got 4 of 5. So, yeah. And yeah, I'm loving seeing the diversity in the strategies. As you said, we got 2 BCs right now. We got 1 Twilight Town, and we got one Pride Lands.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if Brink here goes for Death Abuse on Twilight Town, or if elects to fight it out for some experience.
Oro's going for the meta play of going to Land of Dragons. We all know that Roro loves Land of Dragons.
Oh yeah. You know, my favorite was the chopping block last year, where there was a 1 LOD and it happened to be the proof in Land of Dragons 2. I think that seed, in fact, Danimal actually created a mod for us where if you go into Land of Dragons, it will say on every room transition, thanks for the PTSD, Roro ... So, there's a reason that that LOD is not my favorite world. Or in a much more real sense, it is totally my favorite world.
Surprisingly, not too much in this first huge area of Twilight Town. Only a report and a master form of those 10. So master form is nice, obviously, but and Brink is gonna dip there in the station and not go to tower and fight, which makes sense. Doesn't have a lot of tools yet, so. Mm-hmm. Guard break in the shotgun of Port Royal, very nice ability to get early. Nice finisher.
Well, so far it's just Thunder and Pride Lands. And then going
Yeah.
straight into Agrabah. Smart.
Got an aerial spiral on. I don't know if is it Bob or Bab? I'm not sure. In Agrabah, that's nice.
Bab goes by both.
Okay.
I got Magnet in Agrabah.
And an air combo boost. Dang, Agrabah paying out. Yeah, so this early phase of Rando, for those who are new, is kind of, we call it the shotgun, where you kind of like to touch every world and just pick up the free chests, as it were, to find as many tools and things as possible to help you with, like, actually clearing content later in the seed, once you actually have to start doing fights and things like that. And yeah, that shotgun does appear to be paying out so far.
Sorry for the typing. I realized I should have probably muted the stream, but I wanted to double check. Will this work? I think I added the commentary on the bottom. Hopefully I spelled your names correctly. Okay, so for longer names that might be more challenging. I might have to trim that down. Or at the very least I'll just remove myself. All right. So I'm trying to get myself back up to speed. Lots of tools in Agrabah from that perspective, it seems. Lots of similar, overlap now, with the exception of maybe Brink doing Twilight Town. I feel like everyone's kind of doing similar stuff here. With your permission, I think I'll be moving to the next batch of racers soon.
Sure.
Yeah,
we got in the queue, give me like a minute or two, we got Dallin 1016, we got Felix Dubois of Across the Universe fame, Froppy VR from Zooter, and Hanklet69, who I know less about but has been very chill from our limited interactions. So I realize I refreshed a bit too early, but let's bring them up. I realized I copied the wrong link somehow. Tech difficulties with Roro. What else is new?
Aro got auto limit, so he can force get into limit if he needs to.
Kind of forgot there were more than 4 runners, George. We have 25 at the moment. Oh.
Yeah.
I guess I have to refresh to get Hank's perspective. Hopefully that's on my end and not Hank's. There we go. Beautiful. Hank already doing the minigame in BC. Interesting.
Oh, wow. Yeah, quite an early push into BC, and, I guess we didn't see the Thresholder fight, but obviously got through it without too much trouble,
well
so that's
done.
nice to see.
I'm having a little bit of hard time seeing the tracker since the name covers it a bit, but I can't. It doesn't look like Hank went into Agrabah, so I don't know what tools he has at his disposal. He's got a fire, a cure, no form. So I think he brute forced it basically. Well done.
Yeah, indeed. Well done indeed. And yeah, otherwise I think we're seeing similar pushes from a lot of people. We've got Agrabah, we've got Pride Lands, and I think it's the first Halloween town we're seeing on Froppy's side right now, so...
And Chad, if you were wondering what Ignited just posted, there's a meme after the first event that Lodders was the, instead of Nodders, it's LOD version of Lodders. This year, we had some drama over Beast Castle, so we introduced to you Bodders. BODDERS. All caps will yield Beast doing a crazy little head nod, courtesy of AA Dewey. And one thing, sorry, I know this isn't necessarily relevant. I did forget to thank someone very special in the script. I drafted that earlier this morning. You might see her in chat. She goes by Cythrina or Sabrina. You might see some of the runners. I don't see it currently, but she actually helped, alongside AA Dewey, make the Ukraine Sora recolor mod. So Sora now is decked out all in yellow and blue like the Ukrainian flags, and then also has a cap that starts as a Ukrainian flag, but then goes bronze, silver, and gold for each additional proof that you have. So Sabrina, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Oh, Felix found a proof in Hollow Bastion. Oh no. Guys, not again.
Okay.
Wait, he found a proof in DC too!
No.
Oh, no, not again!
We
have
are
three
out
proofs
of...
already. Not
Yeah.
again!
Oh,
Bro,
boy.
the Go Mode qualifiers do not escape me. This is we oh bruh. I'm at a loss for words.
That's interesting, because that's the first time we'd seen a DC or a Hollow Bastion.
Did Puffin roll this seed?
check.
What is happening? So we are only missing peace, if I'm not mistaken, right? No, sorry, non-existence. Non-existence is the one
We're
missing.
missing,
Yeah.
yeah, non-existence.
Listen, there's still hope, right? There's still a
There
limit
is-
7
there is-
hope, STT hope, right?
Now, believe me, I've seen this. I've seen 2 out of 3 proofs or 3 out of 4 with the Promise Charm on, and the last one is on Zaldin or something like that, right? It's deep. It's deep, so it's possible. We'll see. But
yeah, good point.
If
from...
that's the
go ahead.
Sorry, if that's the case, it does make the seed a little more like rando heavy, I would say, where it's just like if you just pick the right place and find the proof, then you kind of win.
Aurox made a good point that the proof is actually behind the mini escort. So if that's the case, I think that's actually going to be spelling some trouble. I know that would definitely spell trouble for me. I am a diehard believer that I don't push that mouse unless I absolutely have to. So I think that might be something that unfortunately decides some fates here.
Yeah, it definitely could. With DC being a 4, again, we didn't see what was in the courtyard and what was in Timeless, but yeah, it's really gonna depend. So yeah, that'll be an interesting decision, as you said. Right, seen some Olympus Coliseum for the first time on Froppy's side. Gets a report.
Dawn got a Thunder and a Reflect in Mysterious Tower.
Ooh. It's so interesting because the thing is that like we have 3 proofs and half our shotguns left across all the races. So I am nervously sitting here just like, oh god. Like the poor TOs who are just like, all right, awesome, we get some breathing room while everyone does their shotguns, and someone's gonna finish in 21 minutes. Like, oh, okay, back to work we go. One thing I'd like to briefly point out, while I think people are still going through shotguns, you may have noticed on the RSVP page, there is a number that I have committed to donate. I just want to make it abundantly clear how that works. It is not based on the number of RSVPs, it's based on the number of people that actually participate. So I will be donating the lump sum at the end of qualifiers, just so it'll be easier to tabulate the math instead of having to go through all separate donations to confirm that I've met the commitment that I've vowed. So if you see that dono bar being very low, don't you worry. That 1,500 that's listed on the RSVP, it is a coming.
So, I don't know if you guys saw, but on Felix's stream, he was doing the Abu mini game, and he was attacking those little crystals that spawn behind you. And I'm gonna be honest, I just learned that you could do that today. I didn't know that you could do that.
Me one too many.
I just usually walk forward and like mash triangle and jump over the waves. I didn't know you could attack those crystals and destroy them though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I often forget to turn off Aladdin and Donald, so they're always just jumping and attacking them. That's how I always knew that you could do it, but I just never even bother.
So, a couple of things. Uki asked for the incentives. Uki, I will go through them. Just give me some time, because now that I recognize how much of a Go mode qualifier this is, I might have to speed through the racers a bit faster. So we're gonna jump to our next batch of people and see if we can't find that proof of non-existence. So let's hang on, I just realized I messed up here, and then we'll go update that. I actually don't know. Mr. Turix might imply he him, but I do not actually know, so I'm just going to remove the pronouns on Mr. Turix's side, just because I think that's a new entry. Someone who did not sign up. Oh, Timbo. There we go. Okay. So let's take a look. Do we see proof of non-existence anywhere on these streams? I don't see it. No. Okay. Our first Portuguese representation, by the way, in the top left. I think we've gotten German, we got Portuguese, we got Belgian up here, US. I'm trying to think if I can see off the list if there are any other. We've got UK coming up, France coming up as well. Lots of countries for this qualifier today.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive. Glad to see such a large qualifier, as you said, 25 competitors, and with such good representation around the world. Really awesome.
Yeah. My heart's a little bit at ease now, because I don't see proof of non-existence yet, but...
No, and we saw the end of Mysterious Tower at the end of the last set, and there was a limit form there, so that's very nice, but no proof.
So George actually gave me a good correction. So Brazil speaks Portuguese, and I said that it's Portuguese representation, so I apologize. It's Brazilian representation, but they speak Portuguese. That's why I tripped up there. Yeah. My apologies.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for pointing that out, George.
Square fan heading out from TT1.
Yep.
So I'm noticing that it looks like Timbo actually went and finished BC, got that Blizzard. So I think Hanklet probably also got that Blizzard, because I saw Hank also beating Thresholder.
You mean Darkthorn?
No, Thresholder, because I mean, like, I saw them doing the minigame, so they probably have the Blizzard. Because looking at Timbo's tracker, that Blizzard was before Darkthorn.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah.
Torn page hint means DC is dead. I didn't catch what the 3 checks were. I know there was a report and a proof. I don't know what other check Felix got, but I'll trust your judgment on that, Orox.
Baseball charm.
That's right. Orox is right. Thank you for that. So yeah, so DC is dead. That's
okay.
Making it more likely it's a go mode, so I'm clenched. I'm scared.
Oh, I mean, we're about through shotguns here, and I don't think we've seen it yet. I mean, it could be like in Hollow Bastion 2 or like Twilight Town 2 or 3, which we'll see if we get early pushes there. We don't have Final Form yet, and it'll be interesting to see if people like force Final Form or if we find like in Light and Darkness or something like that. So
the one saving grace is that in the qualifier last year, the last proof was on level 12, which is why everything was so quick. So the fact that Levels is dead gives me a glimmer of hope. People are asking, like, what's so bad about a go mode? It's like, they're scary, they're stressful, potentially, and it's the first qualifier, and I don't want it to be, you know, the thing that I always roll go modes and that your qualifier experience is going to be like this. I can't promise it won't be, clearly, but... One thing I'm shocked about, and maybe you two can chime in about this, Twilight Town is at 10, but I haven't seen many TT2 or TT3 visits. Do you think that's because of a lack of early tools?
I think it's, I don't know. If I was going through this, I would only do TT1 until I was for sure knowing that I was going to do TT2 and 3. Because without limit form, or I guess without without like magnet or reflect, it can be a bit slow to get through. So I would just go for like something else that's a lot quicker. Why is Square Fan going to Space Paradise?
Maybe just a shotgun. Like I'm looking at. So let's actually zoom in. I'm gonna test out this new feature where we can actually.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Roro. I'm personally a fan of always do your shotguns, even if it's a zero. Picking up those 3 or 6 free chests early in a world, you know, especially early on when you don't have many tools, you can find some abilities and give yourself a leg up.
So I didn't pay too close attention to Twilight Town 1, but it looks like in the first visit we have 6 checks left. Now, obviously, that doesn't include the checks that exist at the top of Yensid's tower. But that kind of goes back to my question of, will we see a TT2 or a TT3 visit soon? And I think that Mirage might be one of the first people who's set up to do so. We've got Magnet, we've got Reflect. I also know Square might also start to look at Twilight Town, because Square has Final Form from Port Royal.
Oh. That, I did not notice that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Timbo about to find that DC proof. And I think Square Fan might not be too far behind. Depends on if Square also pushes the mouse.
Yeah. Hard to see the icon for me on the tracker on how far Square pushed into Port Royal for that final form, though.
This is something I haven't seen before. Did you guys see that? I don't know if this is faster. If it is, that's cool. Mirage popped Master Form and used the aerial dodge to get around. I'm not sure that that's faster, but if it is, I want to test it out now because it looks interesting.
To get upstairs, it definitely will, since you're just staying in the air a lot longer.
Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe he also thought that they dropped drive orbs and he wanted to level, and he recognized that that's not happening, and he's just rolling with it now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a new idea that I hadn't seen before.
Donald get in the way.
Shoutouts.
Okay, so Square's also going to go get that proof. Timbo rocking the cap from Fresh Faces 1. We'll have to get that mod out there for more people, hopefully before the remaining qualifiers. If it's all the same with you guys, I'm going to let's see. Square Fan is going to do a push of the mouse, so I'm gonna unfortunately cut Square for a bit. I want to introduce you to someone who's actually racing on their birthday. Sunlight will be the full name UG Sunlight, but UG Sunlight will be taking place for Square Fan here. Everyone, if you could, please wish Sunlight a happy birthday. He was very much looking forward to it, said how happy he was that we created an inclusive qualifier for him on his birthday that's not at super late, so please wish UG Sunlight, friend of the community, a happy birthday. And speaking of birthday, for the birthday boy, only a Promise Charm so far, not having even entered Twilight Town yet. My guess is... Oh, but look at that hint in Port Royal for UG Sunlight.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yep. Final form and limit form in Port Royal.
Yeah, exactly. Final and limit in Port Royal. Port Royal looking like a great push. Those are probably the two most valuable forms in terms of like combat proficiency. So.
Yep. And there's still 3 checks behind it, so Port Royal might end up being the sleeper world of tools here.
Indeed.
So we have Reflega access also, by the way, because looking at Sunlight, he's got that Reflect hinted also in Twilight Town.
Yeah, if he goes to Twilight Town and gets to the tower, he should be able to get Reflega.
You know, I think Sunlight actually has like a really interesting approach here, or like as from a results-oriented perspective at least, because he's gonna run into the final form, and if I have final form in all these tools, my first instinct is, holy cow, these 10 checks are now significantly easier to get, and I level forms in the process. So Sunlight is gonna be stoked to find that final form, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Final form is kind of my my check. If I find it and Twilight Town is juiced, I'm going to Twilight Town and leveling up final form. That's so we'll see if Sunlight does that.
It's also very nice because Sunlight actually doesn't have Trinity limit as far as I know, and the death abuse for that first fight is terrible. So the fact that it's very difficult to do because you have a giant health bar and they do no damage given it's like a low battle level. So that final form gives you something to do to speed up the hits and level your final form. So Mirage
exactly.
Electing not to keep pushing in Twilight Town, electing to finish the shotguns, which I approve. It's a solid, sound strategy.
Yeah, agreed.
So I imagine the Square fan at about now has found the proof.
And interesting enough, we have a hint for one, but we don't have many, if any, torn pages yet. I think we saw one on Square fan's side when they were still up.
You can see it in Timbo's tracker.
Yeah. So, you know, Starry Hill proof anybody with deep pages?
I think Dare said that earlier. So you same brain cell. We do know that Valor form is one of the 2 checks there if we look at Mirage's tracker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. So Sunlight actually pushed through Laud. I just noticed that. So there's a Sunlight might be fully engrossed in the trauma of the previous chopping block.
There's only 2 checks left there.
If the proof is on Valor, I'll feel a bit more relaxed that it's not a go mode. But that's honestly also kind of a disgusting chain of events. Have to find the torn pages to potentially find the Valor to then get the proof. That'd be something. This ain't GDQ. This ain't chain logic.
Yeah, that does sound a little like chain logic.
We've seen it before, though. We have seen it before.
Oh, believe me, I've had seeds with, you know, Valor form on. Obviously, he's not on in these seeds, but like AS Lexaeus, so that's at the end of Agrabah 2, and then Valor 7 is the last proof. It's like a 3-hour seed or something. It's nonsense. So.
Spoon, are you noticing any differences in the meta since when you've been around and now? I suppose they're playing on beginner here, which is different from the crit that you're used to, but...
Yeah, obviously, but not really. I mean, shotguns has become the sort of predominant strat early game, which makes sense. And in terms of like what worlds people push, not really. I mean, the hint systems are different. Early on, we only had the J Smarty hints, where you would have unhinted worlds, and a lot of times you'd have to push unhinted to find proofs. The more common systems now are either the Shenana's hints or the points hints, which give you sort of a number for every world right at the beginning. So but in terms of predominant strategies, no, I wouldn't say so. Actually, I think the meta is pretty locked in, to be honest. But the skill of the players, you know, goes up the more they play and the more they get to know the game, right? And I guess the diversities in the fight strategies and things like that.
I think we saw that very well with the 1 hour challenge, specifically the finals. Both Ninten and Jared put on one. Well, I want to make sure not to swear too much, but it was one heck of a show. There was at one point where Jared had like no tools left. Tara was in Xemnas' arena. There was half a bar left, and we were talking about in chat. 99 out of 100 players die there, and then there was Jared, who somehow managed to salvage all of it. So yeah, the skill level has increased exponentially. Still no sign of non-existence as far as I see, but Timbo at 3 proofs now.
Yeah, indeed. And the proof of peace there is right like the first check of Hollow Bastion, so that's very early and easy to get.
So here's an interesting question for you both. So imagine you're like in Timbo's perspective, or anyone who has 3 proofs. What's the change in routing? Like, you're probably starting to panic. Like, holy cow, it's 26 minutes. It's in an easy to reach place. I might be behind. Like, what is, like, for example, let's take a look at Timbo here for a sec. Like, what would be your course of action? Like, what's your panic go-to? I just realized that when we do the 1-player push, we lose audio, so I'm going to quickly correct for that.
Oh, I gotcha.
Sorry, so you'll have to look at Timbo's tracker through the 4-player view. I'm sorry, but feel free to continue with your answer. My bad.
I'd probably try pushing LOD a bit more with what I have within Timbo's, but I want to say at least go for the big numbers so that there's more of a chance that there's something that I get that can help out.
Yeah. I most that maybe you want to think about getting some EXP for final fights and leveling up quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Timbo getting final form right there as we just. Sorry about that. I think I disconnected.
Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to be on the back end, trying to make sure that if we want to zoom in on someone, we still get audio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, with final form, I'm definitely looking at, and with we have reflect and magnet and all that, I'm looking at TT2, TT3, which we discussed earlier, because that's still going to be a 5 after TT1. Port Royal's not a bad push either, actually, because you get quite a good amount of EXP in Port Royal through the pirates and things, lots of required fights. It's a little slow to get through the minute fight, but I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, Mirage is like on the pirate fight and still hasn't gotten any other checks so far.
I hate to interrupt this very great development happening. I'm just trying to get things on the tech end set up. Can you all still hear me right now? Because I disabled the mic and audio output capture, but I made the global ones available. So can chat hear me right now? You can hear
Near 2.
That's not good. How about now? Now you should only hear 1 Roro. But no music. That's so weird. Doesn't seem to be working with Here, I'll turn back up the music and the commentators. So commentators, please continue.
We're seeing our first T22 here from Sunlight.
Yeah, and Sunlight has been leveling final form pretty well, but there's no checks in it yet.
Yeah. And that was an excellent Berserker's TT2 fight with final form. That was really fast.
Okay, so I just would like to do, is there someone that you, let's focus on Sunlight, because this is new content, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so
Mirage as well in Port Royal 1,
okay,
but
so
both of them, yeah.
Can you all still hear us now? Hopefully. Perfect. Thank you so much, Geek, for the quick fix in the DMs for that. As per usual, Geek saves the stream.
Great.
Looks like we got a torn page for the end of TT2.
Yeah.
Can you not hear the commentators right now? I was gonna say, yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Whew. Technical difficulties.
Oh, Sunlight just got something.
It was a money pouch.
Yeah, money pouch.
Let's actually, and Mirage got a report, so let's focus on these two, since I think the other content has been seen once more in TT3. Wow, so we're gonna have a potentially 10-check Twilight Town with no proof in it.
Yep.
Need to go to the superior Twilight Town for that.
We don't complain about tools though. Tools are nice.
I'm wondering if Mirage will end up going to STT if they end up getting limit form in Port Royal.
So Sunlight unfortunately has not shotgunned HB, so missing the proof of peace there, and then there was another proof. Oh, he has not pushed the mouse. So
push.
That's what I said. That mouse pushes. I die on the hill that I don't like pushing the mouse. So this is exactly where I would be if I were Sunlight. Yeah, because like now if I look at this tracker, right, that 2 in DC might not look as attractive as the 3 in PR, or the 2 in Agrabah, or even some of the 1s, quite frankly. So yeah, scary stuff from what we know. But you know, hopefully for Sunlight's sake, luck will be on his side. Maybe the TT3 has the last proof. Who knows? Mirage, on the other hand, is pushing the rest of PR1.
Yeah, we've got two reports in PR, and we remember from a different streamer, I don't remember which one, that we had a limit form in PR somewhere. So.
Right there, right as Mirage picked it up.
Indeed.
So are we going to see a PR2?
We'll see if... Oh.
So actually, Mirage and... Sorry, go ahead, I interrupted you, my bad.
I was just going to say, PR2 usually has something in it, so I'm wondering if we're going to get there.
Yeah. Both Sunlight and Mirage, surprisingly, despite Sunlight having pushed through Twilight Town, are kind of in similar predicaments here, right? They both don't have the Proof of Peace and the Disney, but they've pushed a lot of content, so they've at least ruled out where non-existence isn't. Obviously, they don't know that, but like from our perspective, one thing going for them is that they've checked a lot of places, so they've narrowed the field down quite a bit.
Very nice, simple fight on Barbosa there by Mirage, using just Thunders to stun lock him, limit form to refill the MP, and then back to Thunders. So well done.
Yeah, that moment that Mirage had after leaving PR, where you're thinking about where to go. Those are my favorite. Trying to dissect what that player is thinking, what they decide to do. It's my favorite. I think if I were looking at this tracker, I would have made exactly the same decision as Mirage.
Yeah, very sensible decision.
Many to choose from, obviously. No one, not all of them are wrong, so to speak. But this would have been my favorite play.
Well, TT is dead.
Wow.
TT is dead.
So let's actually move on to the next batch of racers, just because I don't. We have still 8 more to get through. I'd like to welcome in Violet Child. Very, very dear friend of the KHT Rando community, who you've definitely seen. Zadamataz. JJH Rogers DJ from the UK, so adding to the UK representation from Sunlight, and one of our big guns, Neosai. So let me refresh the page, and hopefully we'll see them. Maybe we'll see the proof of non-existence. Who knows? Wait, we do see non-existence. LOD! JJH Rogers has LOD. Oh my god, an LOD proof. Oh my god, we have all 4 proofs.
Wow.
And it looks like it was either Shan Yu or right before Shan Yu. Actually, no, if you do the cave, Shan Yu is the next check, right? There's no additional check, so it's Shan Yu.
There's 2 checks up the mountain before Shan Yu, but yeah.
Didn't we have someone in chat who was like something Shan Yu proof like way back? Someone called it. Okay, so now that we have all the results, it's going to be interesting to see how people are dissecting this. Now, Neosai actually, 2nd seed, as far as I know, for Neosai. So the fact that we're already at 12 checks this deep, very impressive.
Yeah.
I think when he set up the randomizer like 2 days ago, did a stream, and Dax got on a call with me, and he's like, yeah, so Neosai has no idea what the story flags are, no idea where all the chests are, we're just vibing. And so I appreciate that we have people like him who are just interested in seeing what it's all about and, you know, having such a cavalier attitude about it. And still doing much better than I would on a first or second seed. Although I will say, something with the loadless timer is wrong with him, right?
Yeah, that looks like yeah, loadless appears to be not working.
Dax, since I can see you
for
in chat,
Neosai, unfortunately.
You've helped him. You can feel free to create a group chat with me, you, and him, and we'll get that live split issue fixed ASAP. We'll fix it should he want to do another qualifier. No problem. Unfortunately, that does mean we do have to use his real time because we just don't know what his loadless time would have been, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But from what I got from him, he's just got good chaotic energy for random ideas and is just here for a good time. So I don't think he's going to lose any sleep over it. You can make it now, Dax. I just might not respond right now. Sorry, go ahead.
No, glad Neosai's here, you know, having fun, learning the rando, and just playing Kingdom Hearts 2, which is what a lot of people here want to do, you know, play more Kingdom Hearts 2, because it's such an amazing game, and just keep playing Kingdom Hearts 2.
I just noticed something. So JJH Rogers DJ just needs to enter HB, and we're in final fights.
Yep.
He just needs to set foot in HB, and he might be our first place finisher.
Indeed.
I kind of want to focus in on this because this could be our first top 32 spot given away should he choose to enter HB. Because I think with all, like, at least from my perspective, the LOD proof would have been the hardest to detect for me. Because the other three were in at least semi-early locations. Although, maybe DC, like, I've died on the hill that I don't push the mouse, but, like, with a 2, I probably might have eventually been like, alright, it's enough checks per minute. LOD probably wouldn't have been one of my first choices.
Yeah. And a nice fight there on Barbosa again. Different strategy, but that's more the speed runs, the old speed run strategy that JJ Rogers was doing on Barbosa. Freeze him and then smack him with your Keyblade. So well played there as well.
Yeah. So electing to do 100 Acre, totally get it. 6 free checks if you haven't done it yet. Violet Child entering LOD. So Violet Child, if Violet Child does Shan Yu, this could also be a Final Fight finish here.
Yeah, indeed. It'll have to be a bit of a push into LOD, so we'll see how far he goes in LOD. And we're seeing a Twin Lords fight right now on Zadamataz. And this is the awesome thing about Rando, by the way. We're out of the shotgun phase, and we're seeing 4 different things from four different runners right now. The routing is completely different.
That's also, by the way, Neosai is doing exactly what he did in the first one, and I think this would actually resonate with Double, which is something that he said in the past. He's just pushing worlds until he's done with it. Like, he's just like, I'm not leaving. And Double has always said that, like, he thinks that, that people should just push worlds until they're complete, because then you don't have to deal with indecision. And Neosai has picked up on that lesson beautifully.
Yeah, and like, being rewarded with a proof for it. Rewarded with a proof for it in Timeless River.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a reasonable strategy. It could be more difficult to clear later content if you don't have as many tools, but at the same time, you get deeper, and you know, maybe find things that people didn't find yet. So you know, there's definitely merit to that strategy as well.
So I just realized that Kale made a TO decision that I gotta make sure I say this correctly. Veloalopus. Please correct me, Veloalopus, and if you watch this back, or I'll probably DM you for pronunciation. It seems that unable to join the race time because of some sort of Twitch connection error that wasn't their fault. So I just want to double check because we might have to. All right, so Veloalopus. I'm not gonna get it right. I'm so sorry. Too many vowels. I'm so sorry. Veloalopus. There we go. Veloalopus is racing, and so we'll make sure to get them involved. To get them involved in the restream. Also, I have been notified by the TOs to immediately get Timbo on stream. So that makes me think that Timbo may have bit the bullet on LOD. And
I think when we left Timbo last, he was in the cave, so that makes sense to me. And Violet Child
he's
right
in
now.
Final Fights.
Oh,
Our
yeah, Final
first
Fights.
member in Final Fights, returning fresh face, Timbo176. Look at that! Look at that enthusiastic fellow in the bottom right corner. He knows. He knows that he's got a shot. He's looking at the race time.
He's feeling good. He's
put in
feeling
the work,
good.
too.
I know that feeling.
He's put in the work. He's done so many practice seeds. Like in my server, I have a dedicated channel for Proud Trackers, and it's full of his AGNs, full of ABNs and AGNs. It's incredible. Dude put in a lot of work.
Yeah, Timbo was hanging out in the commentary booth before we started, and he was super nervous. So I'm really glad that he got to Final Fights first.
Yeah, Timbo been doing a lot of races in the sort of community rando Discord as well, so definitely seen that name around recently. So early congrats to him on finding all those proofs and getting into Final Fights very quickly.
Oh no.
Yeah.
wait till he gets there.
Well,
I don't want any
say
curses on the commentator side.
Then I will say well played up to this point for Timbo.
He will not get domed no matter what.
Missing final form and limit form though on his end. I don't think he really cares. Don't get me wrong, but probably tools he would wish he would have had.
Yeah. And Violet Child, I think we're probably going to see similar in the minute fight right now in LOD, and then Shan Yu, I would assume, will be after that, and that looks like the proof's on Shan Yu from as far as we can tell right now, so. JJ Rogers in Twilight Town, Zanamataz pushing Port Royal.
So Violet Child goes through Shan Yu. Violet Child will also be in Final Fight. So I want to keep Violet on stream, but just because I don't know about the other, I'll also keep JJH Rogers and Tim. Okay, so I guess that I'll replace just briefly, just because I want to make sure we get everybody on here. Let's get someone I have actually not had the pleasure to actually interact with too much. Let's get Punning Linguist on here. I think literally started streaming very recently for this, so Punning Linguist is offline.
Huh.
That's interesting. Oh, you know what? It's because I can't type. There's an underscore in between punning and linguist. I'm not a very smart person.
Typos are very easy to make.
Mm-hmm.
So they are doing PR at the moment with 2 proofs. Basically, actually, very similar to what Zat was doing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Well played on Timbo's side, reflecting the building coming to attack him there. It's not the building, it's the wings, I think, but...
Violet Child's doing a great Shan Yu right now.
Yeah. And gonna be greatly rewarded for it.
That bird is not doing that many
getting
wonders,
griefed.
though.
Getting griefed by the stupid bird.
Yeah. Bird is the MVP of the fight, honestly.
Indeed.
So,
nice.
If JJ is able to quickly set foot in HB, JJ could enter Final Fights just slightly behind Violet Child.
Yeah.
But I also don't blame him for saying, like, hey, TT is a 6. I have Final Form. I'm not leaving. In fact, that's probably what I would do.
There goes Violet.
There goes Violet. And yeah. Timbo through Armor Zemnis 1, I believe. Yep. Moving into Armor Zemnis 2. 2 fights to go.
So you'll notice what Violet Child is doing, by the way, is that the bulky vendors drop 3,000 experience points a pop. So Violet Child is getting all set up for final fights and getting the stats to make the fight significantly easier.
Yep. And this wasn't quite a full go mode. You did have to go to Shan Yu to get that last proof, and even if it was, the tools early on are actually very nice. So,
I have heard that Square is also in go mode. Square fan FF7, so let's get him up there. He'll replace JJ for now, but we'll check back in with JJ soon. Let's put him up there. Square fan FF7, I believe. There it is. I'm also going to keep tabs on the race time just to let you know when someone finishes. Yeah, so we have 3 people in final fight, so you might be looking at 1, 2, 3, our auto qualifiers.
Yeah.
So Timbo, Violet, and Square. I have not had a chance to check in with Quat Maniac, Scud, and Trickums, but you best believe that they're on their way. Thank you so much for the follow. Can't make out who that was, but appreciate it. Flash AM, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Oof Gang and Fresh Faces too.
Square fan and Violet Child, like pretty much neck and neck right now. That'll be interesting to see them finish.
I have also been told that Felix Dubois might be in final fights, so let's get that up there. So we might be looking at a very tight top 3 finisher.
We got a lot of LOD. I got a lot of early LOD pushers today. I guess it was a relatively sizable number, right? It was like a 4 or 5, I think, to start. So
we'll bring everybody else up and keep in mind that just because our top 3 finishers are decided, we still have 10 spots to give away for the chopping block, where you can compete for the bottom 14 spots in the top 32. Our top 3 just automatically advance to the top 32.
And runners are allowed to play in a second qualifier if they wish. So
Timbo on final Zenmus here.
Yep.
I'll keep my race time open just in case I don't want to misspeak that he was the first place finisher, as far as I'm aware. Taking an unfortunate death, but it's all right.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
I've been here there have been so many times where I'm just sitting here death cycling because this dude is just annoying. His vines break through reflex, his motions are unpredictable. This is, I think, the hardest part of the Fresh Faces 2 settings.
Yeah, Final Zemnis does big damage no matter what difficulty you're playing on. He can just delete your health bar instantly if he gets you with a combo. So
yeah, regardless of your skill level, do not feel bad to dying to Final Zemnis. He's a real tough cookie.
I have gotten domed the last 5 times I did him, so I have no right to commentate over anyone else's ability to do finals on this. Alright, I think... Oh, I thought that was laser phase.
No, not quite.
4 bars is laser phase. Around 4 bars.
I think we're about to enter. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Timbo also not having second chance or once more. Second chance being in STT and once more being in TT3.
Yep.
No limit for him either, so he's gonna have to use Riku's limit for getting domeless.
So Violet Child and Felix Dubois, by the way, neck and neck. If you see on the right hand side. Once Timbo is done here, we'll point in to see who's there.
Yep. Got about another bar or so to go on Zemnis until he'll kind of be stunned.
We have 2 new people entering final fights. Aro the Azure and Trickums is fighting Shan Yu, who's about to get the final fights. Yes, Sora is wearing a hat. That is the Fresh Faces 1 cap mod. We do have a second version that is out now if you want to use it. It's Sora and his hat are recolored with Ukrainian colors. Alright. Timbo going for a Valiant Dome skip here.
Mm-hmm.
With enough ethers to spare.
It didn't look like they had an item boost, by the way, so it's actually going to take 3 ethers to fully refill your MP here.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh no!
It's alright, it happens. It happens. He's got
He's got plenty of time still.
Yeah. Reflect. Too bad. Too bad. Gets caught there.
He's gonna... It's a very simple fix. Just move forward with the square. Yep, he's got it. He's got it.
Yeah, and
oh, that was
as
very
being
close.
said,
Oh.
yeah.
I Maggie's got it. Yep, there it is. Nicely done.
He's
Nice recovery. And I think with the session, he may have a successful dome skip here. Not only our first finish, but potentially our first successful dome skip. I think he's gonna get it.
Yeah.
Not out of bounds, which is good. So I think we might be looking at a strong. It's close. Oh, this is close. It's a very annoying.
Very close.
Please? Oh no.
No. Oh well.
All right. Now the question is he going to take the dome? I think he's going to just take the dome, and I think he still has
Probably,
a comfortable cushion here, if I'm not mistaken. I think we are on armored Zem too, but I think
he's got to be careful. Riku's at 1 HP. If he misses one reaction command there, Riku might die, and then you'd have to restart the fight. Unfortunately.
Very valiant attempt. I think that attempt would have been about what I would have done at that last HP bar. Like I would have gone straight into session, and I would have missed out on the exact same thing. I honestly thought that he might have had a chance there with that like little bit of HP at the end there. I thought that like maybe when Zemnis is doing I thought he was gonna die there.
Yeah, I think for some reason what I've seen the finisher of session there like never gets that
Look at
last
Timbo.
hit.
Look at that proud dude over there. He's just like I did it.
He's so hype. He's so hype.
Square could sneak it if they do a perfect like Zemnis fight though.
I don't think so because of the difference in loadless. Keep in mind, Square's already at 52-33.
Oh
Timbo
yeah,
is
true.
113. So I think that it's
Oh, yeah.
unfortunately past the time. I think Timbo is going to be comfortably your first place finisher. Second, third, and fourth though, or the third and fourth. That's going to be exciting. Look at Violet and Felix.
I love seeing the emotion and the hype on Timbo right now. You can tell how excited he is to be the potential winner of this first qualifier.
Everyone get prepared to clap as soon as he gets the kill. Timbo deserves this. He has been working so hard to improve his game. What a legendary performance. So congratulations to Timbo176 for automatically advancing to the top 32. And look at SquareFan with this limit form. I think SquareFan is right behind there with the
incredibly quick.
Violet has 10 seconds to catch up to potentially take second. Timbo and SquareFan, I am going to get rid of you just because we've got a bunch of other people that are entering final fights. Congratulations to the both of you. Stellar performance. Trickums and Aro the Azure, I've been told, are doing something. Lost the ability to speak.
Yeah, I hung out in Aro's chat before the stream, and he was not excited to do Land of Dragons if it was there. Because he lost to me in Land of Dragons last run.
I think I've got them in the wrong order. Hang on, I think I have Trickums where Aro should be and Aro where Trickums should be. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's fix that. So we still have to show Quat Maniac and Scud. I have not forgotten about them. A Brink is also on Shan Yu. So we've got lots of people that are starting to piece together the seed.
Yep.
So we're looking at Violet Child and Felix Dubois. But oh my god, this is going to be so close. Look at the difference in loads.
Oh.
It's only 30 seconds. So if Violet gets the dome skip, I think Violet is our third place finisher. And then Felix will be bringing up the charge of the charge. Oh no, Zemnis teleported away for Violet.
Felix
so
got
annoying. Alright. Guard through it, maybe? Oh, wait, we're still in a session. I see. So Felix is electing to take the dome. So
I believe Violet is going to get domed. I think they're going to go straight into it.
Then I think it's the same. I think Violet will snipe Felix just barely, right?
Yeah.
It'll be like a very, very insanely close finish between them, like maybe 10 seconds apart. Just what an incredible way to kick off the tournament.
Yeah, Go mode seeds aren't our favorite, but again, I wouldn't quite call this a go mode seed since we had to go to Shan Yu for that last proof, and I like the diversity we saw in the routing and finding the proofs, the tools we got, and then obviously the skill displayed in these final fights right now.
I just noticed I never restreamed Ari Ferrari either, so I need to. I don't know how it slipped through my. Or was it at the start? Maybe it was at the start. No, I never got Ari Ferrari, so that was also someone who was on my radar for Fresh Faces too. So I got to make sure that I include him. Can Trickham snipe? I don't know. I don't want to speak in definitives for results. That's why we have the results posted after the qualifiers and not during.
It is possible, but will be difficult, I think.
I don't believe they will be able to, because they're ahead in their load list right now.
Yeah, you're right. Violet
So
Child.
Felix Dubois with the 5643 load list, and Violet Child looks like they're gonna sneak it
Oh my
by
God.
5 to 10 seconds.
So the load list
yeah.
timer did not stop, but but that is going.
Yeah,
Well, we're
even if they stop it right now, it's still.
That was a 5633, I think, for Violet Child on the timer.
Oh, Oro did real well. Is that a 55-57?
55-57.
So I do want to point out that Violet Child did stop the timer late, but we will be using the time at which the fight was actually over. So Felix Dubois might be out of luck for third place finish. Oh, and Aro sniped the both of them, so I don't think it's going to matter. Look at that load list.
Yeah.
55-57. So I think Aro might actually have just sniped third place.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I believe so.
So
I believe that is the case.
I can't speak in any definite terms. From what I can see, it looks like our top three finishers were Timbo, Squarefan, and Aro, with Trickham's, Violet Child, and Felix Dubois bringing up the head of the chopping block for Qualifier A. What a crazy, crazy qualifier this was. So all four people have finished. I'd like to give the opportunity to people who may have not had a chance to get restreamed yet. So we're going to bring in Scud. We're going to bring in Quap Maniac. We're going to bring in Ari Ferrari. And we're going to bring in, I heard A-Brink was probably close, so...
We've still got, what, 6 or 7 spots left for the chopping block, so...
Yeah, indeed, you're right. I think we have 7 spots left, if I'm not mistaken. If my basic math skills haven't faded.
But GG's and congratulations to those who have finished so far.
I need to update the layout. Whoops. Okay, so Scud, missing non-existence in Land of... Oh no! Scud has a tracker that's going against him. Scud has the hint that Wisdom Form is an LOD. So Scud is looking at a 1 LOD instead of a 2. So Scud is in the curse of the ones. This tracker is...
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
and what a great seed. Like, he's performing super well. Look at that. 37 checks in the amount of time that we've got. That's a stellar clear rate. The tracker is just annoying.
might win the ABN battle, to be honest, but unfortunately
exactly
this is an ABN seed.
So A-Brink entering, or not entering, almost finishing final fights, and looking, wow, that was beautiful. I didn't even get my sentence out, and he was already stunning Zemnis.
Very nice A-Brink with the reflect into the session. That should be a dome skip right there. That was perfectly executed.
And I do want to remind everyone, while we are celebrating the qualifiers, please remember, it is a charity stream. Command donate and command amplify if you want to have your own separate incentives list. Feel free to use that to contribute to the cause.
Lauders, baby.
Ari Ferrari being the first person, I think, to enter SDT.
Yep.
Yep. Ari Ferrari and Scud having the ABN battle here.
And the way the tracker is looking for Ari Ferrari, I think that was a completely reasonable decision to go to SDT there.
Rando be Rando.
Rando be Rando.
I'd like to bring in someone to replace Brink. Who's someone we haven't heard from in a while? I haven't seen Zat. I think we kind of breezed through Zat. Let's bring Zat back. GG's to
Quad
Brink.
Maniac. Quad Maniac kind of getting the same thing as Scud right now, just the one on the tracker, and yeah, pick your poison at that point.
Trickums and Square showing up.
Did I spell? Yep, I spelled Zatamataz as Zatakamataz. Great job. I was like, what? Did Zat like protest or something? Like, OC. Which one? He's missing proof of connection. Where's proof of connection? Oh, that's the DC.
Yeah,
Zat
push
is
the mouse.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Man of my own heart, honestly. I would have done the same thing. Rogers' final fights? Who is Rogers? Oh, Revelier also is in there. I missed a couple last-minute joins. Oh my god, I missed a couple people who joined this qualifier. I'm missing Revelier and Sun Zero as well.
yep.
And I missed Sun Zero
Sun
entirely
Zero,
because Sun Zero
yeah,
just
just finished.
I'm so sorry. I tried to get all the lists in advance, so please don't take it personally. Got a donation of, okay, the alert works, of $100 from Aro the Azure. Yo, dude, thank you so much for that $100 donations. Congratulations on a very good qualifier, my friend. Sun Zero, I'm so sorry for joining this late. Let's actually get some other people that haven't been restreamed. So Zat, I'm sorry I'm leaving you again, but let's get Revelier on here. I'm gonna update that. I think Zat will forgive me.
Yeah, Mirage is on Final Fights and Bob as well.
Okay, we'll have to get them back up then too. So Sun Zero with a 1 hour 51 second load list. Tracker seems to be pretty full. Look at that, 40 checks in 1 hour. That's insane. Very
well
clear.
done.
Push the LOD despite the Wisdom Form hint. Or maybe because of the Wisdom Form hint to try to get form levels, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
So let's get Sun Zero on. I've been informed that Bab is also entering Final Fights, so let's get that up on.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. There we go. So Revelier missing the DC proof as well. It's nice to see that like the difference in proofs is, or like the proofs missing is like everyone's paired up with the same missing proof, right? So it just shows that like there's no one right way to play randomizer and or the KH2 rando, and that everyone's a little different.
Yeah. As you mentioned earlier when we were talking about it, you know, the DC proof, since it was in timeless, you know, was pretty. It's one you could miss because if you don't push the mouse, then you know it's just sitting there.
And Froppy has
Froppy's
finished.
done.
Yeah. I apologize for not getting the perfect sync. I think the TOs have even been good at putting the restreams. But oh yeah, we need to get Epsilon on the stream. French translator and Spanish translator for us. So
Am I really about
let's save that and then bring them up. I'll wait for Bob. I accidentally updated the scene, but the top left is Bab. Let me go back briefly. Let's maybe put Epsilon then instead for Ari Ferrari. Favorite part of the qual so far, commentators?
Ooh, I loved seeing Oro snipe that, honestly. That was really nice.
Spoon?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, that was really nice. I mean, I'm like seeing some of these dome skips. Bab right now getting another absolutely perfect dome skip.
I literally have stats that I
There, so
I'm
loving seeing some of the general like KH2 knowledge and skill being displayed from some of these players. It's awesome.
fast learners in here a bunch. I also did forget to include Veloalopus. We spent so much time learning the name, and I didn't get a chance to showcase them. Veloalopus. I'm gonna get it wrong. Jesus. Veloalopus. There we go. Finished also as well. I think we have a couple spots remaining in the chopping block. I see 11 finishers out of 25. Now, obviously, load list times need to be considered, but looks like 2 spots left here. I'm gonna get let's get Dowlin back up here for replacing Bab here.
Quat Maniac here, now pushing LOD, so we'll have the proof relatively shortly.
And Mirage is in final fights. Okay, so I'm gonna replace Revelier with Mirage, and then we'll bring everyone back as we. It'll be much easier to not jump around once more people finish. I want to give everyone a chance to get recognized for their incredible participation.
I don't remember who we were watching at the time, but whoever did that Shen Yu fight, like phase 1, super well. I'm really impressed.
I think you're talking about Violet Child, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe so. And then Quat Maniac's doing a great phase 2 so far.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of fitting that LOD managed to create some more trauma in the first qualifier, right? Like, it's what a fitting way to start the event.
One of the first tournaments I played in, there was a proof. It was as I was talking about, unhinted, and there was a proof in LOD, and I didn't end up qualifying for that tournament because I didn't go to LOD early enough. So, Yep, LOD does the thing.
Oogie Boogie, being a little jerk.
Yeah.
Has anyone else finished in the? Looks like no new finishers since JJH Rogers DJ.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to sort these load list times, but I think our wonderful TO team on the back end has got that on lock.
Yeah, Mirage looks like they're about to finish.
Yep, final Zemnis for Mirage. Gets caught, unfortunately. Just gonna fall. Yep. Good recovery.
Yeah, this opening phase is not being kind to him.
No, it's not. Session is the safety there if it's not going well. So Session was a good decision there.
I will say, one thing I am really grateful for, we were very scared about the rolling storms. I'm glad that so far none of that seems to have impacted anything. I don't see any Twitch cancellations or any like Twitch streams going out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Horror, for the follow. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. It's like the word horror, but the OR is replaced with the pronoun her. So Horror.
Interesting.
Trickums, thank you so much for the follow. GG's in your qualifier.
Sunlight going into final fights.
And Punning Linguist just finished with a dome skip. Let's go. Sorry, I'm missing everyone. I want to maybe not give so much knee-jerking around with all the switching of names.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when we have so many racers, and a lot of them doing final fights at the same time because of the nature of this seed, so... Good reflex by Mirage there on final Zemnis.
We have Bravi Dano entering final fights, so we're gonna get Bravi Dano up in here.
Okay, we're out of here.
Do I have someone's Twitch open? Oh, I have Revelier's Twitch open for some reason. I was wondering who was talking. I think I opened the Twitch icon just to figure out how to spell Revelier's name. So we're gonna replace Dolan with Bravi to know. And GG's
that was a great job on the
IW.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Nice
Did a
limit
great
form.
job avoiding that.
Was the other dome skips we saw were the reflect into session. That was the limit form way, which is also a nice way to do it. So well played.
No guarantees about chopping block tickets yet if you're just tuning in. Remember that we do go by load lists. There are people with potentially lower load list timers, and we need to give the TO team some time to process all 25 load list times, confirm them before we reveal the results. The results will be posted in the Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer Discord, tourney announcements. Hopefully the restreamers will also share the results with their respective, like the international communities will share with their respective Discords as well.
Final Zemnis. A limit form on Final Zem, or sorry, Armor Zem 1, I believe, for Quat Maniac. Don't see that often, but well played regardless. That was actually was really nice.
And Sunlight entering final fights with a load list of 109.19. This is going to be so close. I think we might be looking at our chopping block cutoff. Zadamataz just finished. We'll post the load list here shortly. Okay. Very close qualifier. I love how close everything has been.
Yeah, I agree. It's awesome to see the parity between the runners. You know, people doing similar things and getting into final fights in similar time. I think you know, the people that were later, I think for the most part probably just got unlucky with the locations that they chose, because you know, 3 kind of early proofs, and then you had the 1 I guess 2, and then you had the 1 early timeless and the 1 on Shan Yu. So
yeah, I gotta say, one thing I'm very both happy with and surprised with is I don't think that anybody really made a play I couldn't see myself doing. Like, everything made perfect sense to me. Rando just be rando. It's just it's what the settings were designed to be, and I think we every single one of these 25 racers has demonstrated that perfectly, because I think any of them deserve to be in the chopping block.
Square's decision to do Space Paranoids was really interesting, because they got Explosion really early.
I'd love to see SquarePan's reasoning for doing it. I mean, we probably know the reason, that it's like something maybe we cover, but I'd love to hear it from the champ himself.
Yeah. Yeah, it is called randomizer for a reason, and sometimes you just don't pick the right place, even if you're making quote unquote good decisions or correct decisions. Right. You just don't pick the right place, and it's part of the game. It's part of the game with KH2 randomizer. So
Child says the reason why I did SP is because I forgot it was a 0.
I was about to say the same thing. I'm glad you pointed that out. I was like, that's a great reason.
But you got explosion and experience boost for it, so not necessarily bad.
Oh, Square says it's basically deja vu for him, that he had a seed in the last community night that had the explosion in the exact same chest.
Nice.
So look at that.
There you go.
Little evidence coming in handy. GG's to Epsilon with remarkable final fights. I heard that Gallon is also in final fights. Let's get Dolan up on there.
How's Neoside doing as well?
We'll put him up next.
Okay.
I think at this point, I might just try to get everyone's final fights in just because otherwise I'm gonna miss my opportunity. I already missed like 2 or 3 people, and I'm so sorry if I did. That's on me.
Neo's pushing LOD. That's good.
Bravi Deno taking a dome, unfortunately, but getting through the fight regardless. We'll finish in the next minute or so.
Velo Olympus, am I pronouncing your name right? I struggled with your name quite a bit. I just want to make sure that I got it right finally. I think Scud was on pace to potentially ABN.
Yeah. Sunlight entering finals MS. Dallin getting through the core here. Sunlight getting juggled around a little bit there, but using once more expertly there, not aerial recovering or anything to make sure he doesn't die. So yeah.
So we're gonna have Bravi Deno just finished. We're gonna replace that with Ari Ferrari, who might be close to finishing at this point. Spelled that name right? There's a double I in there somewhere. Yep. Yes, I did. Ari Ferrari. Is this, I want to say that this looks like 2, right? Yeah. Now, Ari's actually doing this relatively low stats. Ari Ferrari probably looking at the race time saying, I don't have time to get stats. I am doing this just above the floor. And getting through Armored Zone 2.
Yep.
So, very well done.
GG's the Quad Maniac for finishing up.
Let's get, I think, let me double check that no one is, I don't have any notification that anyone else is in final fights. Let's go to Neosai. Neosai might ABN, because Neosai doesn't leave a world once he enters. So I really want to see the tracker. Okay, 2 proofs. Has not entered BC yet. Like I said, when he enters the world, he doesn't leave. I'm good on him. 26 checks in just under 90 minutes. Much better than I would do. Mr. Torix is on Armored 2. Okay, let's get him up and then we'll bring Neosai back on later then.
Oh.
And Hanklet on finals M? Oh, man. Yeah, what a close qualifier. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
Everyone's so talented.
Great race. Great race.
It's just so exciting to see that, like, I remember that, like, this event is largely inspired by Seriously Surly's beginner tourneys, and I remember, like, there was one all the way back in, like, the winter of 2022, and the times were not this solid. And, like, not that they were bad or anything, it's just, like, that the beginner baseline has been rapidly improving, and I'm just so shocked at how quickly everyone is learning. The beginner baseline is elevating at a rate I can't keep up with.
Yeah, I mean, I always love seeing new players come in and learn quickly and then get even better sometimes than the old school players. So cool to see. Good session there by Ari Ferrari, avoiding the Riku phase.
And GG's and happy birthday to Sunlight.
Indeed.
Yeah, TT bait. That's basically how you can summarize Sunlight's run. Very unfortunate because it wasn't even just TT bait; it was final form be giving Sunlight every excuse to push through Twilight Town. And the 5 checks in Port Royal and the 10 in Twilight Town did him no favors. Rando
I believe
is...
Ari is going to get
Cool.
a domeless.
Say it again?
I believe Ari's going to get a domeless. Oh, maybe not.
It's very similar to where Timbo was in. I think he's just gonna miss it. Oh, damn.
Ooh,
Yeah.
real
Yeah,
close.
very, very similar situation. Valiant attempt. Let's get, I heard Hanklet was on Final Fights, if I'm not mistaken.
So just for information's sake, I think for the runners and anybody who watches back this VOD, if that happens to you, like we've been seeing with Session on Final Zemnis and he's stunned, if you throw your ethers and then when the finisher ends, reflect twice and then you can go into another session for the dome skip.
And Revelier actually just finished, so I managed to miss Revelier entering Final Fights, so GG's to Revelier. Top 32 finisher in the previous Fresh Faces, too. I saw...
Rando be rando.
Rando be rando, like literally, these check counts are all phenomenal. It's showcasing that these players have learned how to clear, and, you know, there's nothing you can do about just making a good decision and it not panning out. Nothing you can do.
Yep, indeed.
And GG's to Ari Ferrari as well.
GG's.
I've been able to catch a couple of Ari streams. Very talented runner. Very, very talented. I've seen nothing but solid play from Ari. Uh-oh. Ari's loadless
Oh,
didn't
nice.
quite save, but I think that if we can get a VOD, that'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was 119 something. Mr. Turk's finishing up with the dome here. Hanklet and Finals, everyone's on Finals Zemnis right now.
Yeah, let's get Scud up in here. Scud might be a victim of a really annoying tracker right now. Yep, Scud might be going down the ABN rabbit hole. Let's see, I think, look at that, 42
That's
checks, full
unfortunate.
clear rate, 1s and 0s everywhere, curse of the ones. The tracker can be very
curse.
cruel.
Yes, it can.
And it's a green one on LOD. Yeah, that's... nothing Scud can do. Other than just get lucky. He's playing phenomenally. Hanklet, for some reason, isn't loading for me. There we go. Hanklet is on Final Zem. And I think with this, we're only missing Neosai. And we'll bring on Neosai as soon as either Dallin or Hanklet or Mr. Turik's finish.
Hanklet going for limit form here. Yep. Throw the ethers, very good.
Alright, and with that, I think we've come down to our final 4, so I apologize for all the knee-jerking around with all the changes. I just wanted to give everyone, you know, their chance to showcase their talents, what they've learned. Didn't do it perfectly, but hopefully you'll forgive me. Neosai picking up the Promise Charm in BC, and not leaving until it's blue.
Scud going back to LOD.
Wait, is Hanklet not finished? Did I miss it? I thought Hanklet finished. Did I make a mistake?
Torix finished. Hanklet was still on Final Zem, I think.
I thought I saw the... I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to... Okay, Hanklet is still going. I'll get him back up there. I must have made a mistake, my bad.
Got here, pushing LOD, should find the proof relatively
going.
soon.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Sure.
Alright, entering dome phase for Hanklet.
Enemy storm skip.
Oh, sorry, I don't know how I managed to open his stream. My bad. And there we go. Dallin finishing up as well. So we're looking at Scud, Neosai, and Hanklet. Bringing up the rear here. No real... Like, everything was so close. Very close.
Yeah, no, this race was incredibly close throughout. Yeah, and it was just where you decided to go, because we saw with a number of runners where you kind of just got into the curse of the ones, and it's like, well, where do I go? I don't know. Pick one.
Just because this is something I like doing. How many, like, if I actually tallied it up, how many countries did we have participating in this qualifier? So we had Belgium, US, Germany,
Canada. We see a couple
France,
Canada around here.
Yep. Canada, UK, Brazil.
Brazil.
I think that might be it. I might be wrong, but that's 7 countries in one qualifier. That's awesome. I think we have Danimal almost was able to recruit someone from Kenya, which would have been really, really cool.
Oh, wow.
Then we would have had someone with representation in all 6 continents. But as it stands, I think I counted, we had 13 different countries. So, perfect. 13 countries available, 7 participated in the qualifier. What a fitting number for both of them. 13 and 7, strike again.
Meant to be.
Yeah, so shockingly not a go mode, though. I was very, very worried that it was going to be just a straight-up go mode. We had fast finishes. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it was looking like a possible go mode,
Yeah.
but not quite, but still sub hour for our top times, very fast.
You know, I think my favorite reaction, or my favorite thing about the qualifier, Timbo's energy when he got out of his chair, when he realized he won. He's just,
Yeah.
I like look back and Timbo's gone. Timbo's little body shows up in the back of the room and he's just like losing it. That was probably my favorite my favorite moment of the stream.
Yeah, hopefully we can get some VODs so that we can clip some of these things and put them together.
Yeah.
I definitely want to. One thing I regret doing about Fresh Faces 1 is I only started saving the highlights at the top 16. And not even all top 16 matches got saved. So I'm gonna hope to save everything as a highlight and maybe put it into one giant edit for us to, you know, watch in posterity or watch back. Posterity? Posterity, there we go.
Scud getting ready for final fights here.
If I were Scud, I'd be cursing out my computer right now. This LOD, like this is Scud is experiencing the LOD trauma that everyone else had in the chopping block last year. So I
Yep. Believe me, I know the feeling that Scud's probably feeling, and that Hanklet just mentioned in chat. You know, you're just frustrated because you feel like you played well, but just rando be rando, and you just it happens.
Yep. I just want to quickly
It
point
happens.
out that it's someone said that Neo looks lost. It's probably because he is, and I'm not at all making fun of him. I'm just reminding everyone it is his second seed. Like he didn't take the time to learn any of the chess because he didn't want to. He just wanted to show up and have a good time, and I think he's just recognizing that there are some annoying story flags.
This, I think we're in TT3 right now. Yeah.
He's honestly remembering most of it, like 95%, I think. So very, very solid. It took me like more than 2 runs to learn where all the chess were, for sure.
Yeah.
It probably took me 200 runs before I finally stopped missing them.
They're mostly just like kind of along the path, but there are some hidden ones, and there's a lot of worlds, and there's a lot of chests, and yeah, it takes a while to remember where all the chests are, like, quickly if you're in a race like this type of scenario where, like, you know, it's literally automatic where all the chests are. So Neosai, I think, is doing quite well for his second ever rando seed.
So just as a reminder, by the way, I do want to point out, while we're waiting for Scud to reach Final Zemnis, and we're going to vibe with Neosai till he either finishes or says, I don't want to do this anymore. We do have a giveaway going away, so I just want to remind people that it is a charity tournament, so if you do command donate, you can donate towards the Project Hope cause, and we actually have, last year, Square Enix did sponsor our event with 11 copies of KH 1.5, 2.5 on PC, and one all-in-one package. This year, they brought back the fun with 29 copies of KH 1.5, 2.5 on PC with one all-in-one package as well. So we actually have a giveaway from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time, so you got about an hour and 15 minutes, a little more than that, to submit a donation. The minimum limit is $1, the maximum can be however high you want to go. Every dollar counts, and each dollar is equally eligible for a giveaway that we'll try to do before we cut stream for Qualifier A.
Scud using Stitch there on core. I'm not sure if we saw anyone else do that before, but Stitch very useful on that core mob fight. There, keep your MP up, magnets reflects, thunders. Very nice strategy.
Yeah, if you ever get Stitch and just want to do mob fights quick, it's so much better.
Yeah. If you have Stitch and there's a mob fight, when in doubt, use Stitch.
Mm-hmm.
He's real good. I think we saw, I don't remember who it was, someone used Chicken Little as well. Was that Tim? It might have been Timbo, actually, I don't remember.
Yeah, Chicken Little's not a bad alternative, too.
Yeah.
As long as he wants to cooperate with you.
Yeah. But I like seeing the variety of strategies and tools being used by these different runners.
Mm-hmm.
Scud working his way through Armor Zemnis to Neosai, blasting through the mansion fight with Final Form. Yeah, I mean, if you have Stitch and like Magnet Thunder or Magnet Explosion or something, better than Chicken Little. But if you don't have, Magnet, Chicken Little is really useful for crowd control. If you don't have Magnet,
Absolutely, dragging in all those nobodies or Heartless in closer. One thing I want to see, if I'm Neosai and I'm trying to make a conjecture about the group, you're thinking PR or LOD, right? They're the two big numbers.
yeah.
But also, if from the little I do know Neosai and the little I've interacted with him, he's I'm just doing what I want, and I love that attitude. So he might shock everyone and just go STT, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Where was the fire? Did
The fire is after ice cream.
is it betwixt and between?
Oh, yeah. No, it's on the beam. It's on the beam.
Oh, it's
yeah.
on the beam. Okay, so he's gonna get the. Okay, cool. The beam check, if you haven't done it before, might be annoying to find because you have to talk to Pence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got to talk to Pence and then click on the beam.
Let's Let's take a look at Scud and the finals M here as well. Decent form leveling too. Look at that. Limit 4, Master 4, Final 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's well done on the form levels. Master limit final, yeah.
Aro, it's kind of interesting you asked the question of how many people got that fire, because I think that there was actually a correlation between getting that fire and finishing in the top half. Because I think that because Twilight Town was bait, a lot of the people that did finish in the top half didn't complete Twilight Town. They were able to get lucky with the proof replacements and didn't finish TT3. So it was interesting.
Believe me, if I was playing this seed, I would have taken that bait. I would have taken that bait on Twilight
100%,
Town because I, as I said, like at the beginning, I love Twilight Town as a world for the EXP and like final levels it gives and stuff like that. So
I finished dead last in this qualifier because that proved in DC. Like I finished dead last, and I proudly sit there, and no, it's all my fault. We're gonna have another like instance of I think maybe just above the threshold to get the dome. Maybe Riku will help out. Riku, be a bro. Do your whirly attack. No, oh, he's out of bounds.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the final hit even counts for dome skip. I've never seen it work.
Yeah. Yeah, same. I've never seen the finisher of Session actually kill Final Zemnis there on the dome skip.
I'm wondering if that's intentional for the game designers, because there isn't... I don't know of any bosses that could die from that hit, unless you did randomizer. And no longer skips dome. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Get your clappers out for Scud. And virtually everyone else. Very impressive race. And now we get to vibe and celebrate a new face in the randomizer. Trying to learn the story flags. And we're in LOD, by the way, for Neoside.
Mm-hmm.
And if we know Neoside, we are fighting Shan Yu before we are leaving. So I think that proof will be acquired. GG's for Scud. Let's get Neosai up here. For the unaware, by the way, Neosai is a very big variety channel on YouTube. I think closing in on 100,000 subscribers. Has content from virtually everything imaginable except Kingdom Hearts. So I think that he joined the tournament because he was looking to make some KH content. I don't think he's going to make content out of this, but like it's a nice segue into his next phase of content creation. So that's how we found the event. Neosai didn't set up their loadless timer right. Yep, Dax and I are gonna get in a call with him after this and make sure that if he wants to do a second qualifier, we will set him up properly. Happens to the best of us. I didn't set up my loadless timer correctly the first time I tried either.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to get set up with Rando, though. To be fair, it is much easier to do now than it was back in the day.
Oh yeah, I think Spoon can speak to that.
It was a big pain. It was a big pain back in the day. I won't go into details, but now as long as you have the Epic Game Store version, you like download OpenKH and a few other things and click a few buttons, and it's pretty much done. But yeah. And there will always be people in, I'm sure, like your Discord or the community Discord who are willing to help people out with troubleshooting as far as the setup goes. So,
like I said, Alios is the best customer service you will ever get. The help channel and anyone who's learned from Alios, you will get an answer better than any retail service you ever go to.
Yep.
I've even picked up some tricks myself, like We had regular Pat was asking me for help in the DMs, and I was like, "What would Alios say here?" And I got it right. When do we change the help channel to just be
The Alios channel.
#Alios? Yeah, I was gonna say just like the Alios text channel.
Yeah, Alios help desk. Like.
Go get Sean Yu.
Okay.
So just a reminder, RO the Azure is going to get that copy of KH 1.5 2.5 if we don't get any more donations until 3 p.m. Eastern Time. If I know RO, he's going to say, I don't want it. So if you do, now would be the chance. Yeah, there we go. There it is. I was ready for him to say, I don't want another copy. Makes for a great gift too. So even if you have a copy, you can use it to gift it to someone you might know.
Pretty good mountain climb there by Neosai. Getting up towards the cave.
What is this? Can I skip this song? We don't need that sound. There we go. Neo stuck on the same proof I was. Listen, LOD proofs, I say almost with no exaggeration, I think that some racers went into LOD because of the trauma from last year. Like, I think that there's going to, I think that at least one person can confirm. I went into LOD because of my experience in the first chopping block. So there are some people who definitely just pushed LOD to grab that proof.
Fake proof, winner's proof. Checking out the Keyblades. I don't think we saw much of that when we were watching. I didn't see like the stats on the Keyblades or the abilities that they had.
Right. It's so tough when you've got so many people to cycle through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You need to find them when they're in the pause menu and reading very slowly, because otherwise it just goes too fast. Improve the string quality for Neosai. Hopefully that
so
looks a little better. Go ahead.
So do you know, had Neosai, you said he'd not done Kingdom Hearts content before. Do you know if he had played Kingdom Hearts 2 before? Yes. Or this is okay.
He loves the whole series. He said he wanted to make a video where he played through every single KH game and had like a massive video essay about it. I don't think that he has started on that. He's got a hand in everything. He's just really enthusiastic to be involved in literally anything and everything. So I'm not sure when we'll get that content from him because he's involved in so much. But yeah, he is the entire reason he joined is because he loves this series.
Gotcha.
We're very lucky to have him. He's been very boisterous. I know it's early in the morning for him too, given that he's I think I've seen him as a late night owl. So so I appreciate him waking up early. Climb the mountain! I wish you could. That'd be so cool.
That would be cool.
Hey, Lance is in chat.
Welcome on in, Lance. You're catching the tail end of Qualifier A. It was a wonderful start. We had tech difficulties, but honestly, all things considered, I think it was mostly smooth. We fixed some issues, and every racer gave it 100%. So much fun to watch. Also, I missed a donation. I don't know why the alert didn't go off. Or maybe I missed it. Thank you so much for the most recent donation. Let me see if I can find who it was.
Ooh, somebody donated 100, I think.
Trying to find it. I don't know why the alert stopped working. That's so annoying. I'm so sad. Oh, you know why? It's because we're on the 4D large. If we were on the 4-player view, it'd be there. So we'll need to make a global source for that. Let's thank the donations that rolled in. Sorry about that, everybody. Let's take a look at our donations. Some of them might be anonymous, so Ryu Rush, thank you so much for the $30 donation from the commentary booth. Also, make sure that I will be doing this myself, but I'll also be accumulating all of the names for the giveaway. I think it is a incentive reward. Ryu, you can confirm because I think it says that you selected it. It's something you have to select, but I will find a way to just collect everyone who donated and make the giveaway. Is that right?
Let me... I don't really know. I just clicked on the one that was like $30 for, I think, a med kit for kids.
Yep. Is that the reward?
But it didn't say anything about a giveaway, I don't believe.
Yeah, so it looks like you got in... Oh, okay, gotcha. No, it doesn't say anything for the... Okay, good. Cool, so it'll just automatically accumulate all the names. And also, another donation, $100 from Lands of Masters with the comment, Heart.
Yo!
Thank you so much, Lance. I appreciate that so much. Thanks for hyping our event up in the build-up to it. We were very excited to get you to try it out, and I think in the last 3 weeks you helped us gain a ton of hype for it, so thank you so much for that.
Lance, I hope you liked the trailer that I added you in.
Speaking of trailer, let's take a moment to discuss that, because Ryu's here. I just added a command editor that points to Ryu Rush's profile. Ryu Rush has done a bunch of work for BioRoxas as well as just basically across the board, and did the player trailer for all of you and for me completely for free. Did it because he liked Fresh Faces 1 and donated his time and made, God, at this point, like, what, 15, 16 iterations of that trailer before we finally settled on something?
Yeah, quite a few.
And including a very last-minute change, so... if you want to hire him as a video editor and you like what you saw in the trailer, please consider visiting his page and checking out his other content and see if you want him for your next project. We're in go mode!
We're in go mode.
Everyone wave your checkered flags. Pull out your life-size checkered flags that we all clearly have at our desks and wave it around. Getting the levels, very smart. You know, second seed, sub 3 hours. Insane. I don't think that, keep in mind, this is second seed with no memorization of the story flags, where the chests are, all that stuff.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yep. Nah, he's playing very well, I would say, you know. And I think even more important, you can tell he's having a great time doing it. So
I know that he says that after this event he's hoping to do more Twitch content, so hopefully you haven't seen the last of him on Twitch, but you can always find him on YouTube.
getting his abilities and everything set up for final fights.
Getting all the stats. Let's go. Yeah, holy cow, these stats are actually not that great. Look at this, 42 on levels, 41 strength, 36 magic.
Yeah, they're very balanced, which is what you don't like to see in a rando. You like to be, you know, very high in either strength or magic. I prefer magic personally, but it depends.
Aro says it might be the Keyblade.
Could be.
Alright, he's entering.
Here we go.
He's got Magnega, he's got Reflera, he's got Fyra, Thundara, once more. He's got a healthy degree of tools. The only tool... I did not know that was even a thing. That it even doesn't let you go back.
You learn something every day. Every day.
Indeed, you're right. There was a $50 donation from Dallin1016. I may not have done great, but I had fun, and I will try again tomorrow. GG's, everyone. You did phenomenally. Rando
You did great.
Rando. I think that anyone who finished, like, anyone who played, I think, could have interchangeably made the chopping blocks, for sure.
Would it let you go back if you skip the RC? Oh, that's a great question, actually.
Aro, it was definitely not a 35-minute seed, but it got scary close to feeling like it, didn't it?
Yeah, we were freaking out a little bit when we saw the first two proofs within the first like 5 to 10 minutes.
Well, the thing is we saw one proof in BC, then Felix Dubois showed up, and 3 proofs showed up. So it's like, oh no. And then JJH Rogers showed up like maybe 10 minutes later with LOD, and it's like, oh, we know where all the proofs are. That was quick. I'm very excited to see the first seed where like one proof is just elusive for a long time, because there will probably be like 1 or 2 checks and we get to speculate the whole time which check it was that everyone managed to leave for last.
Yeah, those seeds are fun, where you've got, you know, you've cleared all your shotguns and maybe even some of your first visits, and you're just searching, and it's try and find the best place to go.
By the way, y'all, if you are donating, I will be refreshing regularly. Please know I'm not ignoring you, and that the alerts are only gone just because I only set it up for the 4-player view, because you're dealing with someone who has the tech literacy of a 5-year-old. So I apologize if the alerts aren't coming through.
You're doing great, Roro.
Appreciate it. Doing my best. Scud says, I think the seed is the first time I've had to make evaluations about check density so late into a seed, because I had so many worlds that were ones. Your tracker wasn't doing you any favors. You just got very unlucky with the hints that you got. Like, I would not have been able... First of all, I probably wouldn't have played as well as you did. And B, the curse of the ones is a real thing. It's just, like, you have to, like... There's not really a great way to even make... I don't even think that there's, like, one right decision. It's just, like, you gotta clear worlds. It can be in any one of them. Just pick one and pray.
Yep. Sometimes your hints really don't do you any favors. They sometimes actually work against you.
Yes. You played phenomenally. Your clear rate was incredible.
So everybody is now installing Danimal's LOD PTSD.
Oh, good lord. That's now the real intentions of Fresh Faces 2 have been revealed. We just want more people to experience LOD trauma. I will indoctrinate every last one of you into the LOD trauma gang.
We just really like Mulan as a movie, so we just want to show it off as much as possible.
want to quickly shout out 2 new donations that came through. I need to make sure that I get this name right because I butchered it all stream. Veloalopus, hopefully I got that right, with a :D comment with a donation of $30. Thank you so much for that incredible donation. We're almost at 400 now. And then also we have a donation of $25 from Walpy with the comment, this. If you know, you know. Heard it here first. Thank you so much, Veloalopus and Walpy, for those donations.
Nice thunder there to finish off Armor Zemnis one by Neos. I was struggling a bit with the finisher, but gets the thunder down.
The armored fights are annoying, and I'm fully expecting chair bonk, which is not a critique of Neosai's play, but rather a critique that you can for some reason bonk this chair.
A lot.
Like, why is that a thing you can do? There's no place for you or your throne. Like...
There's the bonk.
Yep.
I think we might get sub 210 here, which is freaking incredible for a second seed with no memorization. 36 checks out of, I want to say 53 without visit unlocks, so yeah, very good clear rate. So I really hope it's just the start for Neosai.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see what he decides to do. Again, you said he loves Kingdom Hearts, so we'll see. We'd love to see him more in Rando, but if not, best of luck to him and whatever else.
Indeed, Walpy, this.
This.
You've got your supporters of this. Yes, indeed. All right, one more. Uno. Cure. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Healing up. Waiting, nicely done. Pop in the ether, and I think we got him here with a full MP bar for Final Zen. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone get your clappers out. This is an incredible performance for a second seed. Look at him. There you go. There's the smile.
Neoside jam into the music. I love that.
Mm.
Now for probably the most annoying and toughest part of all.
Mm.
Yep, Finals M. Oh, nice. Getting a few reflects out.
Right. Does he have reflect customized? He does. Okay, on circle. Nice. That's so rude. 3 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Getting the finishers off. He's just let it. What is? I have. This is the. Zemnis' AI is behaving very weirdly. I don't think I've seen him just let you wail on him like that for so long.
Getting looped. He's getting looped.
I'm scared. Nicely timed.
Wow.
Oh, let's go.
We're on lasers.
Alright. You got the right idea. Reflect it. You got it. You got it. Nicely done. I'm not sure if that reflect hit. Nicely. There we go. There's some damage. Cure.
Yep.
Riku came in with the heal. Let's go. Nice ether pop. Having full magic. Are we gonna get into can you spare a heart? No, not quite yet. Did he bonk a laser into a guard?
Yeah.
That was impressive. BD Bonk, are you out there? BD Bonk, is that you?
Yeah, this fight is incredibly annoying without a lot of practice. To be honest, Xemnas does not give you a lot of chances to hit him. So I think Neosai is doing this quite well.
I hate this section.
Yep.
So much.
I don't
There
think he
it
actually
is.
practiced
There's the
this
square.
either. So I think he's learning that this is the strat. So he's a very fast learner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as soon as you get hit once, you just have to spam square to get out of it.
Now I'm not sure if Neosai is aware of session. I think he might just try to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that might put him in that I think we are in dome phase. Nicely done, Neosai.
Yep. Without a death. Without a death.
Yeah,
Did he
GG.
die at all during Final Fights? I don't think he did.
I don't
No.
think so, no.
That's impressive for second seed.
Whoop.
Remember,
Oh,
second seed with no memorization
second
of
seed.
chess or anything. Yeah, look at him vibing.
Yeah. Yeah, he is vibing.
I would kill to know what he's saying. I want to see if I can get that. Can I get that uploaded? Let's see.
Oh, ah. Just think. Oh no, that's what. You know what? If you're watching this, you're probably playing Kingdom Hearts. Lee took this to the face, no problem.
His comment was, "Lee took this to the face, no problem." What a legend! I'm glad we unmuted just for that. I think that tells you exactly what kind of person Neo is. Yeah, I'm very, very proud of this performance from Neo, and from everyone really. But I just know that I think that I say this with no intention of belittling Neo, but he was definitely the least experienced person I think out of everyone in the race, and still managed to have a positive attitude and wasn't even that far behind everyone else.
Yeah, it's a very respectable time.
Sub 206. Sub 206. Get him. Nicely done!
Ooh.
Sub 206. Let's go. Yes, celebrate, Neo. Celebrate. You deserve it.
GG's. What a good race.
What an incredible qualifier. I still think my favorite part was watching Timbo go to the back and just celebrate. that was
Timbo,
exciting.
Timbo's pop-off was amazing. You could tell how excited he was.
So I think we also got some new donations. Let's take a look at that. We got Amber X Alt F4 saying $1 for everyone that completed the very first FF2 qualifier. GG's to all. Indeed. Thank you so much, Amber. What a generous donation and a heartfelt comment. Yeah, you know what? That's another thing that I noticed. No DNFs. That's incredible. I think for a tourney of 25 people who joined, I don't remember the last time in any tournament that we've had 25 people play and all of them finish, and more so these are the new people, right? So these are the people that you would expect to have like some tech difficulty or something bad come up. But no, everyone managed to get from start to finish with no crashes, it seems, like no tech difficulties. Not that it's bad if they happen, it's just, what a great outcome. Yeah, so, you know, I don't really have a ton more to say. I want to give my two wonderful commentators, SPT Spoon and Rush, to give a chance to let you know where you can find them, what they're up to, before we do our giveaway. So let's start with you, SPT Spoon. Where can people find you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on twitch.tv/SPTSpoon, but I haven't streamed in, like, years, so probably... But I do a podcast every Saturday with my friend, Otto. We talk about mostly games and stuff. That's on twitch.tv/overlimitpodcast.
Overlimit Podcast, you said? Any spaces?
Overlimit Podcast, no, one word, no spaces.
Is it like a... Sorry, just to interrupt, just so I make sure I've got the right shout out. Okay, perfect.
That's the one. That's the one right there. So we do that on Saturday mornings Pacific time. You can see me there. We just talked about random games and game news and what we're playing and stuff like that. Otherwise, you know, I'm around the rando community, but I tend to be pretty big. But yeah, I hope I'll be able to commentate a little more for this tournament and others. But thanks for having me. If I don't.
You crushed it. I'd love to have you back anytime. You're welcome. And Ryu?
Hey, I'm Ryu. I video edit a lot. You can find me mostly on other people's channels, but you can just find me in the link if you do !editor. That's where you'll be able to contact me. I'm mostly working with Newt C on a bunch of stuff, but I am working with Bio on a couple things right now. And just 2 weeks ago, uploaded a video with Newt on a Skyrim mod about Enderall that's super, super good. It's the second best performing video that we have right now, so we're really excited about that.
Awesome. Glad to hear from you both.
Mm-hmm.
So, both of you, I'm going to deafen and start doing the giveaway. Thank you so much for joining me. I had a ton of fun, and I hope you did too.
Thanks.
All right, so with that, our commentators are gone. I have not set up the giveaway code, so, you know, more tech difficulties, they continue. I'm going to quickly get the... why is it not showing me the list of donations? That's not good. Well, it's okay. There were 7, so I think I can manually export them, hopefully. I didn't make it active. I'm so smart. All right, so we'll keep it inactive. That was the problem. But you know what? Luckily, you know what I have? I have a list of everyone who donated. So we're just gonna do the very simple thing, chuck every name into some sort of random name shuffler, and whoever wins gets a copy of 1.5 2.5. Where can I donate? Command donate. If you say my name wrong more time. How do I... Can you give me a phonetic pronunciation for me, please? Veloa Lopus? Veloa Lopus? Is that how you want it said? Or... Am I saying it right? If you want to DM me, okay, I got it. Okay, thanks, Rav. I know that you two are close. Appreciate it. Okay. So let's pull up a random. Alright, so we've got Amber X Alt F4. I'm not gonna do all the capitalizations. Veloa Lopus. Dolan 1016. We've got Lands. We've got Ryu Rush. And last but certainly not least, we have a donation from Tibbs of $15. Let me refresh to see what the message was because I can't read that fast. I probably need to make the donation more. No message, but a donation of $15. Thank you so much for that incredible contribution. So we got Aro the Azure, and then we'll throw in Tibbs. Is it 175? 775. Sorry, thought I knew. Alright, so let's see if there's any way I can bootleg. Can I change this to be that? It's like the most bootleg thing, but at least it's honoring the donation. So we're gonna randomly select someone, and the winner is, drum roll please, pick a random item. Walpy! There you go. Congratulations to Walpy. You've won a copy of KH 1.5 2.5 on PC. Hopefully I'll find something better to do random picks in the first place. But for now, this is what I'll do. So yeah, Walpy will be in talks, obviously, of what you want to do with that, since I know you're in possession of it. So, yeah. And with that, I've got nothing more for you. I have nothing. I'm at a loss for words. I'm we had 60 plus viewers for the first qualifier. I think everyone had a good time. At least I hope. That was a ton of fun. I'm so excited that we get to do this 5 more times. Technically 6, because we have a new qualifier and qualifier G. So yeah, I'll find someone to raid. But in the meantime, please say thank you to everybody who made this event possible. And if you're curious as to who that is, you'll get to see. I'll see you guys later tonight for Qualifier B.
Welcome to Chili's.
Hi, welcome to Chili's. This guy. No, no, no! 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 Y'all can't start! No! Fucking rogue. What did I do to deserve this? I donate money. I just wanted to come fucking play Beaters, and this is what I did. I personally waited. Oh my fucking god, what am I doing?
I'm having too good a time looking at Walby's stream.